Welcome to day number 8. I'm having so much fun recording this series. I hope you're enjoying it too. Let's come onto your back to start. Nice. And let's take the knees nice and wide. Take a nice stretch for those inner thighs. And feel how the stretch might kind of come up in towards the pelvic floor as well. And just let your belly relax. Send the breath down into the groin. Big sigh out. Nice. Might feel too strong. You can always do one leg at a time if that feels better. Just modify to what feels best for you. Change sides if you're doing just one leg at a time. Really good. Nice. And then legs can be bent or straight for this exercise. It really doesn't matter. We're going to have our arms up above the shoulders. Nice. And we're going to inhale, open those arms out wide. Keep the collarbones really wide as you exhale. Connect to your core and pull the arms back in. Inhale, breathe down into the belly. Exhale, gently drawing up and in from pelvic floor into the core and pull the arms back in. Check that there's a nice long neck and that you've got space between your shoulders and your ears. 2 more like this. Inhale, opening up wide, like we're basking in the beautiful warm sun on a nice sandy beach. Let the legs soften. 1 more. Good job. And then we're going to go into some circles. So we're inhale, bring those arms behind you. Now what I often see here is that people start to arch their back and they lift their ribs away from the mat. To try and keep your ribs heavy, it might be easier to do that with your knees bent. It often is for people. So bend them if you feel like you're a bit of a rib popper. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up. Remember, keep the bra line against the mat. And exhale, circle the arms around in a big gracious circle. Try and let that movement come from the shoulder blades. So kind of feel how your shoulder blades are on the mat. And notice how there's a bit of movement happening there as you draw your circle. Good. Don't worry if there's any cricks or clacks in the shoulders, as long as they're not painful. Not too worried. Good. Change direction. I'm going to inhale, come down this time. Exhale, come around and up. And your circles might be a little bit smaller. Every time you exhale, keep finding that core connection. It's not that we need to, it's just that it's helpful to practice. Really good. Nice. Okay. And then we're going to do what we did a couple days ago or a couple videos ago, where we're bringing one leg into tabletop and finding our core connection, pressing the low back into the mat. See if you can bring the other leg up. Nice. Now breathe here. Remember, you're lengthening through that low back. We're feeling that connection into core. Arms are going to press down, and I want you to push the ground away with the backs of the arms. So you're going to feel, wow, my core's working, the backs of my arms are working. It probably feels a little bit shaky. Keep breathing. 1 more breath. Good job. And then bring one leg at a time back down. Really nice. So just lighting up the back of the body. And then we're going to come into a bit of a, well, not a bit of a bridge. So arms pressed down. And I want you to give your glutes a squeeze. So see if you can kind of clench your bum, give them a bit of a squeeze. Nice. Just to wake them up a bit. It's not that we actually want to clench our bum when we lift up. We only want to use the amount of glute that we need. So we probably don't need to clench fully. So I want you to press your feet into the mat. And it'll be easy to push the heels in, but I want you to push the balls of the feet too. And you'll feel how the hamstrings at the back of the thighs and the glutes light up a little bit. And lift your bum up. Good. Remember, we don't want the ribs coming up towards the ceiling. We're trying to keep a nice long line of the body. And then we're going to come back down. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and roll up. Keep that little bit of a tuck of the tail so we're not kind of arching the lower back. Lower back down. Exhale, tuck and roll up. Inhale, down. Exhale, tuck and roll up. Inhale, down. Exhale, tuck. Imagine you're stopping the flow of pee and connecting to your core as you lift up. Press the ground away with the backs of the arms. Inhale, lower, let everything soften. 2 more. If it's giving you any discomfort in your SI joints or your low back, you probably need to kind of curl the back a little bit more, or it might just not be the movement for you, right? There's 100 alternatives to this movement. One of my favorites called a hip thrust, where we would be resting our back on kind of the edge of the couch or something and lifting our hips up that way. Really nice. Let's hug the knees in and just take a couple circles, massaging the low back, getting a bit of hip mobility, change the direction. Good job. Nice. Okay. I'm going to come into a side plank. Okay, so knees are going to be bent, arm is going to come down. So we've warmed up our shoulders a little bit, we've warmed up our glutes a little bit, we've warmed up our core a little bit. Let's do something a little bit challenging. Not everybody's favorite exercise, apparently. So elbow is going to be under your shoulder. Palm can be down or kind of facing your legs. It really doesn't matter. See what feels good for you. But I want you to make sure you're not sagging down in the shoulder. I want you to actively engage your shoulder blades so you're pressing the ground away, okay? Nice and spacious through the neck. Make sure that your hips are stacked one on top of each other, so we don't want this top hip forward or back, and the knees as well. And then what I want you to think about as you do this is the core and the glute on the bottom leg. So there's a lot going on here. This is why we spend all this time kind of prepping things. So I want you to imagine that you're driving your bottom knee into the ground as you lift up. Try that now. Press into that bottom knee, lift up. Good. Lower back down. And now we're going to kind of think about the core connection. So maybe a hand on the belly might be helpful. Breathe in to prepare. Exhale, feel that pelvic floor lift, the low belly core draw in, the rest of the core kind of join in as well. The whole thing's on, and we're pushing our knee down into the mat. Remember, keep that shoulder engaged. Okay, inhale to stay. Exhale, engage and lower. Good job. This is tricky. Breathe in. Exhale, find that engagement. Pelvic floor is going to engage. We're finding those core muscles. We're pressing that knee down. It's almost like we're rotating away from the floor, and we're engaging through the shoulder blade. Breathe in at the top and exhale, engage as you lower. Good job. If that's serving you to exhale as you move only, do that. If you want to kind of come into a bit more of a flow, we're going to exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good job. Really nice. Come into like mermaid legs, so kind of like we're making a Z shape with the legs. I never know why they say we're making a Z shape. I've never really understood that. Bring your left hand down, right hand up, or if you planked on the other side, do the opposite. So we're stretching the side that we were just facing down. Really good. Whew. Day 8 and already doing side planks. That's amazing. Come back down on the forearm. Not day 8, video 8. And then we're going to be pressing down through here. Remember, we're engaged through that shoulder blade. Our elbow and our hips are kind of in alignment. And we're driving that bottom knee down into the ground. Okay, so breathe in, prepare. Exhale, gathering up. Press the ground away as you lift. Remember, one side may feel completely different. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good job. Remember to keep pressing the ground away with your shoulder blade. We're lifting up. The 10 minutes just goes so fast. Last one. Good job. Maybe it doesn't for you. Bring your knees into that kind of mermaid position, or you can crisscross if it feels better, and just take a side body stretch through there. Oh, really good. You're all done. Let's come lie down. Maybe I should call this my 11 minutes a day, since I never seem to do it in 10. Let those legs come down. Get a bit wiggly. Wiggle out any tension. Whew, that was hard. Good job. Let it go. Well done. Okay. You're doing great. Have a lovely day.